is your spouse is your primary relationship, right? So this is my buddy, this is my pal, this is my best friend. There's no other one above thee except God. And so this is where my loyalties lie, right? And so when you get married, your spouse becomes the most important earthly person or relationship to you. And so, I mean, it's scripture, right? And so that's what Genesis 2:24 said. You know, when a man leaves his family, he cleaves to his wife. You know, that's my version. Look it up if you want the real version. But that's essentially what it means. And so again, it's biblical here. And so it doesn't matter if it's your mama, your daddy, your siblings, even your twin siblings if you have a twin. Your friends, they're a valuable relationship to you, but they're not your primary relationship. Your primary is your spouse. And so when you marry your spouse, you become a entire new family unit. You were raised by your parents or your grandparents or whoever you were raised by, and that was your family unit. But when you get married, you spin up a whole nother unit. So this is you guys' opportunity to create a family dynamics that you all decide together.
Yep.
And so the last thing is the decisions that make in your family unit should be between you and your spouse, right? And so, you know, it's okay to, which we'll talk about later, to get advice from other people on certain situations. But at the end of the day, the decision should be you and your husband. So, you know, don't go to your husband and be like, well, mama said we should do this, and mama said you should do that, or daddy said you should cut the hedges this way. We love you, daddy, but you know, the way that my husband cuts it is the way it's going to be. So anything from you, husband?
I mean, some examples are, I mean, if your family or your best friend knows about something before your husband does, probably not a good idea there. So we want to make sure that you're talking to your sibling, you're talking to your spouse first, especially with any issues, right? And then, you know, if you have a friend, or I mean, because they're valuable, right? Family is very valuable. Friends are valuable, and they're there to be sounding boards sometimes in some situations, but they certainly shouldn't know this issue before your spouse does.
Yeah.